going to stand to the front of your mat. So standing a little bit of space between your feet. We're going to start straight into sun salutations today, and then we're going to do some ab work. So reaching wide with your arms, bring your palms together, and then bring your hands to rest in front of your chest. Nice, sliding up towards the ceiling, reaching up. And then bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, tuck your chin in, draw your forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg straight back behind you, and then step it all the way back into a lunge position, really leaning into your hips. Stretch back to the left leg, both legs are back. Either drop your knees down or lower straight down to the floor from here. Bring your arms wide, push your toes into the floor, tuck your chin in, rising up. Really keep that sense of length through the front of your body. Tucking your chin in, lowering down, bring your hands to the floor, tuck your toes under, push back into cat, back into crouching, and then push back into your downward dog. And just find your downward dog, settling into it. Nice. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rising up, arms wide, bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long and step it back into a lunge position. Step back into your plank. Either drop your knees down or lower straight down to land on the floor. And push your toes into the floor, bring your fingers wide, tuck your chin in, slowly rising up, and then look forward. Nice. Lowering down, hands to the floor, tuck your toes under, push back into your cat, back into your crouching, and all the way back into your downward dog. I always have to change my feet. And just find your breath. Already settling into it. Notice how your shoulders are, pushing down into your hands, drawing back into your heels. Just find your breath, find your torso, your legs. Nice. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling, reaching tall, and step the left foot forward between your hands. Step the right foot forward, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Rising up, arms go wide, palms come together, hands come to rest in front of your chest. Nice, gliding up, reaching up, looking up towards the ceiling, bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins, and lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long, and step it all the way back into a lunge. Step the left leg back, plank pose. Lowering down to the floor. Bring your toes to push into the floor and push your fingertips down. Keep your chin tucked in as you rise. And then slowly lowering down. Hands to the floor. Tuck your toes under. Push back into a cat. Back into your crouching and all the way back into your downward dog. Step your feet a little bit closer. Let's find your downward dog. I like bending one knee. Bending the other knee. Bending both knees. Stretching both legs. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling and step your right foot forward between your hands. Step the left foot forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up and reaching up towards the ceiling. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch the left leg long and back behind you. Step back into a lunge. Step back into a plank. And drop down to the floor. Bring your toes to the floor. And bring your fingers wide, tuck your chin in, rising up. Looking forward. And tuck your chin in, lowering down. Hands to the floor, tuck your toes under. Cat pose. Crouching, and all the way back into your downward dog. Settling into your feet, pushing into your hands. Just find the length of you. And stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling, reaching long through that leg, and step it forward. Step the right foot forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. So do another one of those. Reaching wide, palms come together, bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long, and step it back into a lunge. And step back into a plank, lowering all the way down. Bring your hands wide, push your toes down, keep your chin tucked in as you rise up. And tuck your chin in, lowering down, palms to the floor. Tuck your toes under, push back into your cat, then all the way back into your downward dog. Settling in again. Nice. Stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling. Step the right foot forward. Step the left foot forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Arms go wide, palms come together. And bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long, and step it back into a lunge. Step back into a plank, and lower all the way down. Bring your arms wide or fingers wide, push your toes into the floor, tuck your chin in, rising up. Now lowering down, palms to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back into crouching, and then your downward dog. Really find your length, settle in. They should be getting a bit looser, a bit more movement in the body. Nice, from here drop your knees to the floor and just rest back for a moment into a child's pose. Forehead comes down, arms are long, and just find your breath. So we're going to do some abs from here. So come forward onto your hands and knees. So as you come forward onto your hands and knees, just have your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And then tuck your toes under and push back into your downward dog. And then drop your knees down until they hover just above the floor. Pause there. And then stretch back into your downward dog again. And then again, drop your knees down until you hover just above the floor. Knees are floating. Push back into your downward dog. And then again, drop your knees down until they hover just above the floor. And then push back into your downward dog. Nice. Drop your right knee down. Keep your left leg straight. Let it tap. Coming all the way back. Drop your left knee down. Let it tap. Keeping your right leg long. And just do that a few times. One knee drops down. The other leg stays straight. One knee drops down. The other leg stays straight. Nice. Push back, downward dog. Nice. So draw your right knee forward and tap your right knee onto your right elbow. And then stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling, reaching really long through that leg. Bend your right knee, draw it forward to your right elbow. And then stretch your right leg long and reach it up towards the ceiling. And again, bend your right knee, draw it forward to your elbow. And stretch it all the way up. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Nice. Lower your foot all the way to the floor. Stretch the left leg up, reaching it up. Bend the left knee, draw it forward to your left elbow. Stretching your leg up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, draw your knee forward to your elbow. And again, stretch your leg up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, and draw your knee forward to your elbow. One last time. Stretch your leg up, reaching up towards the ceiling, and draw your knee forward, let it touch your elbow, and then push back into your downward dog. And just settling in, find your breath, pulling your heels back, stretching through your legs, pushing down into your hands, your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee and lift your right knee as high as you can towards the ceiling, really drawing your foot towards your belly. And then draw your knee down, keeping it bent, and bring it to the tap the floor just beside your left foot. Left hand. And then stretch your knee up towards the ceiling, really high with your knee. And then bring it down towards your left hand. Just tap near the thumb on the left side. One more time. Lift your knee up, keeping it bent, up towards the ceiling. And this time when you lower down, you're actually going to bring your knee to the floor, bring your bum to the floor. You're going to end up in zigzag. So zigzag is where there's space for my two legs, and I'm sitting on the right bum. And then I rock back until my bum is on the floor, both feet are on the floor. And then rock both knees down towards the left. Both knees back to center. Both knees to the right, both hands to the floor. Step back into my downward dog. Now stretching back into your heels, pull back through your legs. Stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Draw your foot towards your bum. Bend your knee deeply. Lift your knee high. And then draw your knee forward till your knee taps the floor beside your right hand. Stretch your knee straight up towards the ceiling. And draw your knee down until your knee taps the floor beside your right hand. Now stretch your knee up towards the ceiling. Nice. One more time. Drop your knee down until it touches the floor. Bring your bum to the floor. Come into zigzag. Sit onto your bum. Lift your knees up and drop your knees down towards the right. And come onto your bum. And then drop down towards the left. Both hands to the floor. And step back into your downward dog. Nice. So step your feet halfway forward. Have them a little bit wide. And not quite as wide as your mat, but wider than hip distance. Cross your elbows and then just let yourself hang out and forward, really feeling the weight of the back of your body as you let yourself drop deeply down through the thighs to the lower back. Let your head be heavy. Nice. Bring both hands forward in front of you. Step back into your downward dog. Nice. So stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling and then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And bring your right fist to the floor. Draw your right elbow back like lawnmower, really pulling it back. Bring your fingers to the front of your shoulder. Dial it up even more. Look up towards the ceiling and then reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. Bend your elbow, fingers to the front of your shoulder. Drop down to bring your fist to the floor. And then do that again. This time do it all in one flow. So draw your right elbow back. Really dial in that shoulder. And extend your arm up towards the ceiling as you look up. And then bend your elbow. Bring your fist to the floor. One more time. Fist to the floor on the right. Pull it back like a lawnmower. And then extend your hand up towards the ceiling, reaching really long. Nice. Lower your hand to the floor. Step back. Downward dog. Reaching back through your heels. Step the left foot. So reach the left foot first up towards the ceiling. And then step the left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Bring your left fist to the floor. Start by drawing your elbow back. Bring your fingers to your shoulder and then dial in your twist by really opening the chest a little bit more. And then reach your hand up as you look up. Nice. Bend your elbow. Bring your fist to the floor. So do that a few times with flow. So draw your elbow back. Lawnmower. Extend up, reaching up. Bend your elbow. Bring your fist to the floor. And again, draw your elbow back. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Bend your elbow. Bring your fist to the floor. One last time. Pull your elbow back. Extend it up towards the ceiling. Bend your elbow. Bring your hand to the floor. Step back. Downward dog. Cool. Bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Bring the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Bend your knees enough that your bum is the same height as your knees. Bring your palms together so your elbows are in front of your knees. And then slowly rise up and extend your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Reaching up, looking up. Bend your elbows, bend your knees till your elbows in front of your knees. Bring both hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Plank pose. Drop, bend your knees. Sit your bum back towards crouching. So you're really trying to surge back with your heels towards your bum. Or your bum back towards your heels. Nice. Step the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Look forward, bend your elbows, bring your elbows in front of your knees. Lift your chest, rising up, reaching up towards the ceiling, reaching really tall. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. Bring your elbows in front of your knees. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back with the left foot. Step back with the right foot. And drop your knees to the floor, sitting all the way back into a child's pose. Find your breath. I know I need to. Onto your hands and knees. And draw the right knee forward beside the right hand and sit down into a right-sided zigzag. So right-sided zigzag is where your right knee is bent to the front of your mat, your left knee is bent towards the back of your mat, and you've got this kind of zigzag going on like so. And then sweep that left foot forward until it stands on the floor and you're facing towards the front of your mat. And then sweep that left foot back. So your knee is on the floor and you're back at zigzag. Bring the left foot forward till it lands on the floor. Bring the left foot back until your knee rests on the floor. Nice, we're going to exaggerate that. So as your left leg travels forward, you're going to try and bring it a little bit more around the corner. And then as the left leg goes back, you're going to try and straighten your leg long and stretch it out long so it floats just above the floor. You got to lean down into the right shoulder. Your arms are off the floor. Nice. Sweep it forward, all the way forward to the outside of the right knee. And sweep it all the way back. Until you stretch it long, your right shoulder is down in the direction of your right knee. Sweep it forward, foot to the outside on the right. Sweep it all the way back, shoulder down towards your right knee. Nice. One more time, sweep it all the way around the shoulder, around the corner. Sit your bum until it lands on the floor. Bring both fingers forward in front of you. Draw the left elbow back like a bow and arrow. Bring your fingers to the floor. Sweep your arm around the corner and then either bring your arm to the outside of your knee and keep your arm long, or bend your elbow. I can never bend my elbow on this side, so just see, twisting, lengthening, deepening. Get bigger, get taller, get wider. Nice. Sweep your left foot back until it comes to the floor. Bring both hands to the floor on the side of that right knee. Step back, downward dog. All the way back, downward dog. Just pull your heels backwards. And then bend the left knee. Draw the left knee forward between your two hands and come into zigzag on the right. So your left leg is forward, your right knee is back, and you have this zigzag shape going on. So now swing that right leg forward until it rests on the side of your mat. On the right side of your mat, and then swing that right leg back till you're back into zigzag. Swing your right leg forward until it rests on the mat. Swing your right leg back until it comes into zigzag. One more time. This time you're going to swing it around the corner. So swing that right leg more around the corner. Try and do it without your hands. And swing that right leg back and try and straighten it out as you drop your left shoulder down towards your left knee. And swing that left leg forward around the corner, or right leg around the corner, no hands. Swing that right leg back and stretch it long and strong. And you try and straighten it out. One more time, swing your leg around the corner and straighten it out, long and strong back behind you. Nice, swing it all the way around. Bring it around that left leg, and now we're going to twist. So sit tall onto both sit bones. Reach your fingers long in front of you. Draw your right elbow back like a bow and arrow. Bring your fingers to the floor beside you. So already your chest is turned. And then glide around with your left arm to bring your arm either straight to the outside of your knee or bend your elbow. And just lengthening, twisting, turning. Really use the scaffolding of your arms to get taller up through the top of your head. Nice, release. Swing that right leg back until you're back into zigzag. Bring both hands forward, step back, downward dog. And just stretching back. Rock forward into your plank pose, just pausing there. Long into your legs, strong into the torso. And then push back into your downward dog. Nice. And again, rock forward into your plank pose. A sense of strong through the body. And then ever so gently bend your elbows a little bit. And then push yourself away from the floor. Bend your elbows a little bit. Push yourself away from the floor. Bend your elbows a little bit. And push yourself away from the floor. Nice. Drop both knees to the floor. Sweep both feet over towards the right. And stretch both legs long in front of you. Come to sit towards the front of your mat. Slowly rolling down. And come all the way back until your legs are stretched up towards the ceiling. Your arms can either rest long beside you, or you can rest your arms long and above your head as you wish. And just find whichever way suits you right now. Which way your arms, if you find that your elbows are bending when your arms are overhead, then bring your arms beside you. Stretch down into your heels, open through your toes. And then point your toes up towards the ceiling. And stretch your heels upwards. And toes up. And then heels. And so point through your toes, stretching up through your legs. Push your fingertips down into the floor. And then just let your bum lift a little bit off the floor. Maybe touch the floor above your head. Maybe you just lift 1 or 2 inches off the floor. And then lower your legs down to a 45-degree angle. Or maybe you lower down till your legs are hovering just above the floor. Doesn't really matter. Main thing is that you listen to your body. Push your fingertips down, let your bum lift a little bit. Or a lot. And then rolling down. Either stopping halfway down, quarter of the way down, or come down to lower down towards the floor. Not all the way down, never touching the floor. And just swing up and down, swinging up, and lowering down, and swinging up, and lowering down. Try and keep your lower back steady on the floor, so I'm not arching my back off the floor. I'm using my fingers to give me a little leverage as I travel up. And as I travel down. One more time, traveling up. Toes towards the space above your head. And then lowering down, bring both feet to the floor. Bring your feet so they're hip distance apart. Drop both knees down towards the right. Elbows are on the floor. Glide with your left knee over towards the right side into your gliding twist. And then glide all the way back, both feet to the floor. Draw your knees back up to center. Drop your knees down towards the left. Draw the right knee up into a gliding twist. Maybe drawing that right knee up deeply. And then all the way back, both feet to the floor. One more time, each side, both knees to the right. Glide the left knee up. Coming all the way back. And both knees to the left. Glide the right knee up. And all the way back to center. Both feet to the floor. And just roll up and down along your spine. So flatten your lower back down. And then slowly begin to travel up along your spine. So as you travel up along your spine, you have a sense of squeezing through the buttocks. Your thighs are strong. The front of your hips and pelvis are rising up towards the ceiling. And then you roll down along your spine again to land on the floor. Maybe you come into the pelvic tilt at the end. Just do that. Traveling up, rolling up along your spine. And traveling down, all the way down until you land on the floor. One more time, traveling up, rolling up along your spine. And traveling all the way down to land on the floor. Drop your knees wide, bring the soles of your feet together. Hands can rest on your lower belly if you wish, along beside you, or above your head. I really like having my hands on my belly when I do this. Just see for you what's the right way of doing it. How do you feel into your body? How do you land? So imagine your thighs are like a book. Close your left thigh over towards the right, keeping your big toes together, and then slide your left foot up. And I really love tucking my toe in behind my knee, or bring your foot to stand on your calf, or bring your foot somewhere. It doesn't really matter what you do. I love tucking my toe in. And then bring your right hand down, hold on somewhere on the knee. Again, I love tucking my fingers into the back of my knee. Reach your left arm long so it's open armpit and you're looking down out towards the left. And just allow your right hand to deepen that left knee a bit deeper towards the right side as you widen through your chest. Nice, release. Come back to center, slide that left foot all the way back, bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. And then close that right knee over towards the left. Glide your right foot up until you tuck your toe in behind your knee, maybe. See what you want. Tuck your left fingers into the back of your right knee, if you want. Reach your right arm long so you're opening the armpit, and then turn and look down along the right arm. And just deepen that sense of connection from the right knee all the way through the whole right side of your body. And so you're lengthening and stretching into the fingertips and deepening into that left knee. Right knee deep. Nice, release. Untuck your toe. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. And draw your knees towards each other. Squeeze your knees up onto your chest. Hug them deeply in. Rock from side to side. And roll gently into the lower back perhaps. And then in the other direction. Nice. And then just bring one foot to the floor and then the other. And just come to rest. Landing onto the floor, shoulders are wide. Elbows are resting on the floor. Hands can rest on your belly or long beside you. And just feel the length of your spine, the back of your body. The way your feet are on the floor. The way your breath is in your belly. Great. You can stay here as long as you like, resting. You just feel that resting is good. Resting is necessary. Pausing. Really dropping inwards with our attention. Nice. Great. I'll do another one of these tomorrow. Correct?
She came back in.